Okay. Thanks everybody for coming today. Welcome. We're going to take you through and do a little sort of refresher for anybody who's new. This is recorded, so we'll share it with any colleagues. If you have any questions, feel free to just use the chat in the Google Hangout or drop me an email at brad.lister@lendesk.com. Okay, so when you come into Spotlight, we'll go through filtering using the compare tool and also looking up policies and such. So you'll come in, so let's, for example, say you've got a call from a client and they're buying a house. You'll notice right off the hub, if you've ever used Spotlight before, the view used to look like this, sort by rate. So you had all the rate cards. Now you begin with a group by lender. So you're actually, and I'll clear and come back again here, you're seeing the full breadth of the lenders on Spotlight. And as you're sorting, you're excluding out lenders that no longer sort of apply. And I should say lenders and lender products, because if you notice any of the rate cards, as we're working through, there's a product number here and a lowest rate. That is all changing because we're going through and we're updating each lender. There, 5-year. And if the client says, hey, I'm doing a 95% loan to value with a $400,000 house, and it's insured. Wow, okay, so there's still 32 different lenders who have different options. Right now it's sorted by featured. We can sort by lowest, by lender by rate. And that would start with Meridian, First Ontario, Alterna, so on and so on. What you can do, but let's say you're like, oh, I don't know if those are the right ones. Maybe you have some go-tos. You can still come down here and use the lender drop-down and do Radius, Marathon, Home Trust, the RFA. There we go. So those 4 lenders, and you got this all sorted for a client, and you're like, oh, okay, let me save this, and so then I can wait for when he wants to come back. So we'll go in here and we'll do save, filter, save. And you go away, you come back, you go away, you come back, the client's called you back, and you want to pull it up. There it is. If this or any of the rates have changed since then, you're going to get the latest version. So this is a saved filter, not a saved in time search. So, for example, now let's say you now want to look at, because it's now also telling you that there's 1 product, 8 products, 4, 4, 4. And you're like, oh, okay, so what does that mean? Click on the rate card now and go in, and now you can review, and you can see there's some second home and other quick close specials, but there's this one makes sense. So then you can click on that, and look what's happening now. I'm now adding that to a comparison tool so we can take a look at. You can then click on back to lender, and you're like, okay, so I did Radius. Next one looks good is Marathon. I'm going to add that. Back to lender. Then I'm going to do Home Trust, and I'm going to do their quick close. Ooh. And I'm going to go that, and I'm going to do their quick close, and I'm going to do back to lender, and then I'm going to do compare 3 products. And look at that. We've now updated this so that you can now see, you can compare all the different lenders and their rates. You can then come down through and get a look at their policy information. You can get any information on prepayments at payout. You can get any information about rental income. You can then click on Create Report. And let's put some information in. Let's put... You can do your client. And what if you were like, oh, but I don't want to show them the lender. I just want to show them the rate or anything like that. You can take that off. You can also include the prepayment options. And you can pull up a nice, slick report that gives the 3 rates and all the information for the client. Now let's go back. And we'll go and reviewing begin by lender. We're going to remove all. And maybe you want to update this because now you want to include somebody else and you want to change your filter. You want to remove one. So let's say you're like, nah, I'm probably not going to look at marathon. Maybe I want to look at equitable. There we go, equitable. And we can go back in here. Or sorry, go back. Or we did with go back to lender. And we want to get rid of marathon, and we want to do equitable because now it's a different one. And you can go back into the same filter and just resave it. Demo 2. And you see the other one there. And let's say you then just want to get rid of it. Just use the garbage can, and that will get rid of that, and you're good. You can save them for as long as you want. I have a few from some other demos, but as you can see, I'm just going to get rid of them. You can save regular ones that you want to use. If, for example, you have a, let's say you want to see what your latest 5-year fixeds are, your lenders with 5-year fixed insured, who does all that. You could save that over here as a regular filter. However you want to do. I have brokers who will use the save filter that way. Use it for client-oriented, however you might like. Now I'm going to come back here to the main screen. I want to remind you of a couple things now with our group by lender. And we've done this so that essentially, as I said, so that you're not coming in and seeing 7,000 products, lowest to highest, not sure which is which. This was a way to kind of prioritize it, pull it together so you can see individually by lender and then narrow things down further. Now let's pull up one of our filters again, and let's also, we're sorting it that way, but let's maybe look at and see which one of these 4, if we included, say, purchase plus improvements. Look, only 2 of the lenders participate in purchase plus improvements. So now, which is what I wanted to show off here, this program area, you can kind of see who does a little bit of difference, who will look at a certain different product. For example, if you do clear filter and come down here, the most common one is business for self-stated income. So remember we had 65 companies. Now we're only got 26 that are doing stated income. And if you wanted to look at either a specific lender or a specific lender type, maybe you wanted to see which monoline, 8 of them there. Maybe you want to see which bank. Maybe you want to see which alternate does stated income. You got an easy way to sort of check that out through here. Okay. And again, let's clear this again, and let's just want to show off one key thing. If you click on the card and go into all these 94 rates or whatever they are for each lender, and then you want to come over here to the filter and you want to go, why isn't it clearing? Why isn't it clearing? Remember, when you go from a group lender card, it's always back to lender. Okay. Now let's take a look at the policy area. So that was rate filtering and save filters in the compare report. Let's look at the policy area. The policy area is one of some people's favorite in here. And you saw it down the side. Everything's down the side here. It's policies, lender list. And maybe I'll go back here. Here's all the list of all the lenders loaded on Spotlight, rates, and let's come over here to policy. policy area is very cool. We're listing all policies, auto property valuation, all the way down to value-added products. Everything is alphabetical, so income dash, anything like that, you're going to be able to easily sort of see and sort here. So let's say, for example, you wanted to look up, and I just before this chat had somebody asking about foster income. So here you go. So here's income dash foster income. So you click on that, and then you want to scroll down here, and you want to see like, oh, what does CMLS say about foster income? Will not accept foster or adoption income. And that's another good point. This is not a list of who will and who won't. It is what is the lender's policy. If the lender's policy is nope, 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 then it's included here, or that is included here. If the lender is yes, there you go. See, adoption income not accepted, foster income accepted, and some information listed there. It's not a list of yes, it is including no, because if they have a no, we will include it here because we're trying to make sure we have an answer for everything so that when you're searching, you don't necessarily have to go back to the lender. If, as you see, for example, here are the Alterna, this said this income type is not accepted. If we didn't put an answer in here, we find brokers will then think, oh, maybe I should ask. That's why we put the no in here. So because we know time is money, you don't have time to kind of do anything. You want to see what's the easiest thing to do. So we're going to show you here so that you know that if you're looking up a file, maybe you don't have to go to Alterna because now we've told you foster income is not accepted. These are also regularly updated. So anytime anybody is sending out an email, so all those emails, and there's been a ton of them from the lenders who have little policy tidbits, we will go through all of them to update for every last little bit of something that we can add here. And it's a constant battle. In the lender list, if you want to come in here too, you can kind of also come in and take a quick peek at a lender. And let's look at, for example, let's do Equitable. So if we click on that, you can see some contact information, some BDM lists, guidelines, documents. We list sort of everything listing in here. Okay. So that's sort of lender list. And you can also, and actually, let's go back to rates because I want to get a little look at a rate card. So let's click on again here. So this isn't the only information we have. So this was a recent update that they did the other day. Now it's prime -1 for their insured mortgage. You can click on that and you can click on the lender name and that's going to bring you to the lender, or click on the name of the product and that's going to bring you into the card. It's going to show you total compensation. It's going to show you any sort of buy downs. It's going to send you all that kind of relevant information so that you know what you're able to sort of look at. And if there's any particular notes, anything like that. Okay. Let's go back to lender. All right, so you said back to the list here. Other thing we should let you know too as well, you can connect into Finmo. So for example, if you have connected into Finmo, which obviously if you're an original subscriber of Spotlight, you got access to Finmo. If you are a subscriber of Finmo, you got access to Spotlight. And basically what we want you to do is connect your accounts. So then when you come here, you can, and if you're in Finmo, let's do that. Let's look at this deal. You can do find products based on the deal you're looking at, and it will open you back up in Spotlight, where then you can look for whatever you might want to look for. Really super cool. Really super cool. And we're always updating and adding. It's going to be short to be a shortly going to be an alternative area. And we're also, if you ever have any help issues, we've now started building out our help library. Soon there'll be a bit of a number here, but right now you can search, for example, you can click here, find your answer now, policy. And then this is going to find you little articles on how to search for policies. Where do I find the policy section? See more results. And this will open up all your answers and policy information in that in the help doc area, especially if you're confused about, or maybe it's after hours and one of us isn't here, which we're normally here 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday to Friday. It's about 1:18. This is a short little chance to do a bit of a refresher. I will be sending the video out for anybody to take a look at. But if you have anything, want help with, need to look for, and also if you are looking up information and you find something and you go, oh, wait a minute, that doesn't seem right. Reach out, use the chat, and we will send over a $10 Tim Hortons gift card for if we have to make a correction because there might be a bit of an error or some issue with something. So thanks for taking your time to visit today. We will have the recording. So again, just reach out to brad.lister@lendesk.com. We'll also be building out some videos to add to our help library too, so you can watch some of that stuff as well. Thanks so much and have an amazing day.